Okay, here we are. So this is the first um, episode of our Dragonbane campaign, and this chapter is called Welcome to the Stormlands. Not sure what the campaign name is going to be just quite yet, but I'm going to not actually read something. Someone else is going to read something, so bear with me. If it works.
The Stormlands were not always known by that name. Once the rains came and went as they do anywhere. Storms were feared but understood. Seasons turned. Rivers swelled and receded. Men crossed the plains, elves kept their ancient places, and the mountains watched in silence. That was long ago. Now the storms come harder, louder, and more often. They roll in from the southeast with blackened skies and winds that tear roofs from halls and ships from moorings. Lightning walks the land. Rivers flood where they never did before. Forests rot at the roots. No one agrees when it began, only that it has grown worse over the last 500 years. Priests mutter of broken covenants. Scholars argue of shifting seas and wounded skies. Elves speak of older things, and then fall silent. This land lies between great boundaries. To the north rise the White Wall Mountains, an unbroken spine of stone and snow that has turned back armies and storms alike. Beyond them lies a colder world of fjords and icebound seas. To the east stand the Carracks and the dark reaches beyond, lands few return from unchanged. To the south, the Sea of Storms batters the coast without mercy. And to the west lie the human kingdoms, the so-called lands of eternal conflict, whose banners and ambitions first spilled into this region generations ago. The Stormlands sit in the middle of it all, battered from every side. Rivers cut through the land like old scars. The Itherin winds westward, sacred to some, cursed by others. The Newmander carries trade and trouble from the east, passing ruins older than any human crown. Lakes and wetlands spread where the ground has sunk or drowned, places where roads vanish and travelers go missing. Forests still stand, though many are thin and sickly, haunted by what was done there in earlier ages. Elves remember when this was a land of 7 homes, 7 holds bound by blood and memory. That age is gone. Some of their settlements endure, diminished and weary. Others are abandoned, condemned, or swallowed by the land itself. Lindathir still stands along the Newmander, its people long isolated by wars not of their choosing. Drithiriel endures near the dark waters, clinging to beliefs most have abandoned. Far to the east, beyond the Darklands, lies Hernaith, the last refuge of an older dream, looking out across Nen Leraith, the waters of Leraith, which men crudely call the Elf Sea. Humans came later, driven by hunger, ambition, and the promise of land untouched by crown or law. They built roads, towns, and temples, and for a time they prospered. But the Stormlands resist being claimed. King's rule falters here. Borders blur. Every settlement is only a few bad seasons away from ruin. Faith is tested. Steel is always close at hand. There are worse places still. To the north and west stretch the open scrabbed grass plains of Uthal Ungol, a land men do not walk, and elves have long condemned. From Drowl, Nightwing, the 4 fanged rules, his war bands roaming unchecked. Orcs, gnolls, and things without names fight one another, and all who trespass. In the midst of that cursed land stands Tar Athen, the Wizard's Tower, a relic of an age before Nightwing's rise. Storms break around it. Lightning falls from clear skies. Even Nightwing's servants give it a wide berth, remembering the 2,000 warriors who marched against it a century ago and never returned. Yet rumors persist of writs and wards, of those who may enter the tower and speak with he who resides above, of power enough to change the fate of the Stormlands or doom it forever. This is not a land of heroes, at least not the kind sung about in the Western courts. Survival comes first here, then loyalty, then truth, if it can still be found. The Stormlands do not care who you are or what you believe. they will test you all the same. And if you listen closely, beneath the thunder and the wind, you may begin to hear it. Something stirring, something old, something patient. The storms are not finished yet. The Stormlands were not always known by that name. All
right. So that is the introduction. Obviously, this is a huge map. I'm going to, my plan is, so this game is going to be kind of, I'm going to use a lot of journey type rules, and I'm using some of the stuff from Dragonbane and some of the stuff I've kind of expanded on it. So we're not going to touch much of that today. I've done some kind of calculations and whatnot, just so you know, at a you know, kind of a high level, each hex on this map represents 10 miles. So that is something to keep track of. Now, no, might be important. It's not important right now, but you can walk 10 miles in a stretch. And I think it's a stretch. Let me verify. It's kind of they're all S words, so it's always yes. No, not a shift. Sorry. So 10 miles in a shift, which is 6 hours. A stretch is 15 minutes, and a round is 10 seconds. So keep that in mind. Just for a high overview as well. When you're traveling, you can by default travel two shifts a day. If you do 3, then you start to incur some penalties, and you basically get tired. And there's rules for exhaustion and whatnot. And there's other things that you have to do when you're traveling. But right now, we're not going to worry about that so much. This session is pretty much to introduce all your characters and get you together and whatnot. So, but we will be using these travel rules as we go on. Let's see. Okay. All right. So let's get started. You guys are separate for now, but let's get going. Any questions so far?
Nope.
And this is the journey token I'm using currently. You can see it over by Floodmere. I'll ping it. So that's on Kings Lake, to the west of Uthal Ungol and to the east of the Witherwood, and the south of the Carrick. So right there. That is where the game proper is going to start. So for Conrad and Bastion, you are starting actually down here on the coast, next to Seabend, south of the Sea Crags on the coast. And I'll show you why. Okay. So neither of you, when you set out from your point of origin to come into the Stormlands, it was new for you at the time, and it was not somewhere you had been before. It was a foreign place, and you had arrived for various different reasons only you know. Unfortunately, even in the summer, this is the middle of summer, which in this game, this era is called man years. And essentially this would be, I'll just pop out the calendar so you can kind of understand it a little bit. This is probably not the best one. I think this one is. Yeah. So the way the calendar works in this game is you have 4 months of the year. Each month has 90 days, and there are 9 weeks of 9 days. And so you're looking at the 87th day of the second month. So you're looking at this is going to be pretty much this is going to be June. Okay. Unfortunately, in these summer months, this is typically the quiet season on the Sea of Storms, which the north part of the Sea of Storms, as our AI introduction told you, is very storm prone, particularly in the spring. But it is summer, which should be the safest time to travel. However, your ship was caught in a sudden squall, a storm, which was totally unexpected, and this is where we are now. Bastian and Conrad, your eyes begin to open slightly, and you're assaulted by the sun above. Even though the clouds are high and overcast, you still barely can see up there, and because your eyes have been closed so long, you are assaulted by them. It's hard to see. You see vague shapes around you moving about. You hear someone say, "You find anything good?" "No, nothing yet. Nothing yet." And then a feminine voice say, "Well, keep looking." And then another finally, "I think that one moved. Oh, one of them alive?" And Conrad, you feel something on your back, like someone's pushing you. And Bastian, you feel the water wash over your legs up to your waist, and it's very cold. And it like shocks you into like almost jolting up. And what do you do?
Conrad's brain is fuzzy from what had transpired, and the bright light had slowly brought him to consciousness, and he almost was going to hold a hand up to the source of the light to shield his eyes, as it was almost a glaring, blinding light, before he started hearing the various voices discussing what was going on. You know, as his mind slowly began to get a little clarity, he realized that whatever ship he had been on had befallen some sort of accident, and he had been one of the lucky survivors. And as the hands kind of grab onto his back, he tries opening both eyes, rapidly blinking them to try and come into focus of what or who is grabbing him.
Yeah, you notice that you're kind of looking down at the, you see kind of waves brush up against your cheek as you blink, and you feel like something on your face mixed into your mustache, and you just kind of snort as seawater goes up your nose briefly. And whoever was behind you steps back and goes, "Blimey, he is alive!"
At that, Conrad, "Oh, get your hands off me."
"Wasn't my hands, friend. It was my foot. A dwarven foot." And you kind of look over your shoulder a bit, and there's this dwarf in chainmail with a crossbow leveled at the back of your head.
It's no way to greet a survivor. What's your name?
"I'm Gazad, son of Drog, and you are named Lucky in the eyes of the gods. All of them, I would say."
Indeed. I don't know how I ended up on this beach, but be they praised, they were looking out for me today.
Bastian, you're hearing this as you're coming to in the water.
Yeah, Bastian Cuervo, he coughs up half the sea, spitting it out, and taste iron and salt in his mouth. Opens one eye as he hears these voices. The world spins around as he's like just kind of realizing what is going on and where he's at. He's not feeling the ship rock anymore underneath him. He's just feeling his waves curl around him and stuff, and freezing. His clothes are just consumed with water, and he feels heavy. His strength is all kind of drained from him as his fingers dig into the sand, and he's starting to kind of pull himself up a little bit. Dirt or sand all over half of his face. He realizes he's still alive, and he starts to look over with one eye shut, one of his dark eyes looking towards where the voices are coming from. Does the dwarf have his back to me, or?
He does. Yes, he does.
Do I know Conrad?
You could have met on the ship. That's fine if you want to have met each other on the ship. You didn't come from the same place, but you certainly could have met each other on the way.
Okay, and he immediately realizes he's still alive, which is good. And the other most important thing is his sword still on his hilt.
No. Mm-mm. You have no weapons that you can tell. You see nothing besides broken timbers and debris and floating bodies.
Sword, just instinctively thinking they're about to get robbed, just as they're finding out they're alive. And then he curses as he feels the sword is gone. And he says, perhaps you could help us out instead of robbing us.
You hear a couple laughs behind you, and you see a interesting figure that kind of is walking towards both you now from behind the dwarf, and it is the figure is humanoid, has a very long spear above his head. He doesn't seem particularly tall, so I'm going to let you do a roll. If you want to do a roll for, I believe it would be myths and legends, to kind of recognize what this guy is and see if you know.
That'd be a skill.
Yes, it is in your skills. You can do. You can click on your guy, and you can use that thing or not. Yeah, that's a fail. You can push it if you want.
No, I think
Yeah. Conrad.
I'll roll too.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, both you. Yeah, you're not sure. So you see this guy come up to you, and you've heard of orcs and things like that. You've probably never seen them. Orcs are originally from the east of the Stormlands, so those kind of the goblin kin are not something that you have probably seen, and so you can't make out exactly what he is, although you probably suspect he is something of that nature. He has an eye patch and a pot helm with a spike on top of it. He has big ears that kind of resemble an elf, and he walks over to where Conrad is and looks down and says, "Yes, blessed by the gods to come into old One-Eye's band right here on this coast. Don't worry about being robbed. You got nothing to rob. You only got wet clothes."
It would seem as you are correct, sir.
Conrad goes to feel for his holy, trinket locket symbol that he carries on him and make sure that's still at least in his possession.
You do have that, as it was a chain around your neck. So you do have your holy symbol.
he kind of sits upright, more so, and he's like, I have what I need, feeling a piece of comfort that managed to survive the wreck.
You hear the feminine voices kind of behind. Bastian, you guys are looking in the opposite direction, but there's more people behind you. And the feminine voice says, we could take them into the markets, sell them for a good wage. They're big, they're strong. What you say, Vol? Make some money off this wreck as it is. The dwarf kind of counters and he says, yeah, but we need some able bodies. Weren't we supposed to take 6? We got 2 down. And they kind of are talking back and forth, and you get the impression that one person is suggesting they take you and sell you as slaves.
Is slavery legal all over the realm, or?
It is not legal where both of you are from. This area, the Stormlands, is like a frontier for humans, particularly. It was originally inhabited by only elves. It was said in the intro, there were 7 kingdoms of elves. There's really only 2 of the original ones left, and some 500-ish years ago, in mass, the Western kingdoms, which is more like a medieval Europe with feuding nations, basically expanded into this area for mostly for natural resources and trade and such. And so it's never really taken hold for them here, although there are many men here now. It's kind of like there's no law really besides the local laws of towns and maybe local warlords or something like that.
Bastian looks around at the dead bodies that are laying around, and over to Conrad, and still looking at him with one eye closed. He says, "It seems that we did not land in the homeland, my friend."
It appears not, but we survived. I will count my blessings and take the next challenge as it comes.
As long as they do not appear to be wanting to eat us.
That would be an unfitting end.
As you're kind of talking, the Goblin Ken walks over to you, looking down at you and says, "You guys, you got any skills? Strength of arms? Watch our backs? Worth yourself in a fight?"
Aye, yeah. He starts to wipe his face off and clean off the sand. And he says, "I am a swordsman. In my homeland, I seem to have lost my blade. Perhaps I could borrow one of yours."
Maybe. But first we gotta see if you're more worth to us with steel in your hand or steel around your neck. Jenny, give him a blade. Let's see what he can do. She tosses probably something she found in the wreckage. It is a short sword. Definitely not anywhere near the quality of your own. And she has her own. It looks like a short, pretty much a dagger. 2 daggers in her hand, and she says, "Well, let's see what you can do then." and you can role play this, but and then you can make an attack, and we'll see if it hits or not, and see if she's impressed.
Yeah, he catches it and pulls himself out of the water and tries to make a decent display of swordsmanship here. Let's see.
So you would just, if you go to, it should be right on your front page there, or you can do combat, your combat HUD, and just click short sword and see what happens.
Oh, please target a token. Okay, so I should.
Yeah, hover over her and just hit T.
All right, there we go. And combat short sword. Target is too far away.
Oh, okay. Here you go. It's very, yeah.
Target is too far away.
It still says you're too far away?
I moved though.
No, you're 0.3 meters. It should be good. There you go. You got it targeted.
Huh, it still says too far away.
And you're trying the short sword? Here, let me try here. Oh, you don't have her selected. So hover over here and hit T, and it should. Yeah, you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, the arrows on her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's still doing it. But target is 2.1 meters away.
Target is too far melee weapon. Must be adjacent to target. Oh, you don't have it equipped. Hold on. Okay, now try.
Okay. Let's see. Target is too far away. Let me open the shield. Nope. Not doing it from the character sheet either.
But it's 2.1 meters. Well, here, I can fix it. Why does it say that? I mean, you're right next to... Okay, try now.
There it goes. It opened up the...
Okay, it's just the grid on here underneath, right? Anyway, good.
Okay. And is there any way to... or should I just roll it and then I can push?
Yeah, so the way the system works, it's kind of an MYZ thing. You'll roll, and if you fail, you can push it. And when you push it, you take one of a condition, but you hit. So she is going to try to evade, and we'll see if she's able to. So,
yes.
how does it look? As I don't know, you're probably not trying to stick her, but maybe you are. You tell me, but how it looks
maybe
as you get through her defenses.
Yeah, maybe he comes in with like a little back and forth and does a little feint, where she parries the first one, but it was just, a setup for the next blade that would have come in and cut her across the belly, So he makes a few good moves and impressive enough.
Yeah.
Of a display.
Yeah. The girl looks over your shoulder to the goblinkin and says, "Well, he ain't useless with that for sure." And the goblinkin looks to Conrad and says, "What about you?"
Conrad kind of slowly gets up, puts his hands on his knees, kind of makes the old man noise as he stretches. I'm okay.
Well, we do need 2 men. We got a job in Floodmere. Need 6 of us. That's what the contract says. Our last 2 men, well, they ran into some trouble in Manda's Reach and got the gallows, if you know what I mean. So we're 2 men down.
And what exactly would we be doing?
No, it's a simple guard mission. Keep some scholar from the west safe. Make sure he doesn't get in any trouble. Nothing untoward. And we pay 10 silver per month. We'll write up a 3-month contract once we get there. if that suits you, to join Old One-Eye's band.
For now, that sounds fair enough.
What about
Bastion.
you?
Yeah, Bastion nods and smiles. And he says, aye, it is better than being sold to the iron market.
Well, welcome to the One-Eyed Whores. And, they scrounge around and find you some gear. Probably not the best, but it's equivalent to what you had before. And we will switch the scene. As you spend some time here looking around in the debris and then finally make your way north. Now, let me see. Floodmere. Alright. Everybody see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is several weeks later, or maybe a week later. I don't know exactly the travel distance that I have to see. You're sitting in a back room, Yusin and Cinderheart. You both have been hired by this man named Dexter Wellborn, a scholar from the West who has recently come to the Stormlands looking for specific artifacts related to a elven realm or people called the Lost. Cinderheart, you are an elf, and you are aged, and you know about the Lost, at least the rumors of them. No one that you know in your realm of, let's see, how do we pronounce it? Let me look. It's like Drathir or something. We'll be using it, so I should learn it. Drathir. Earl. Drathiriel. So in Drathiriel, your family, the elders of your realm, no one knows anything for certain about the Lost. There was just a rumor that they were here once, and a lot of the super ancient stuff that is in the Stormlands was created by them, but there's no real evidence of that. You've heard that there are artifacts which has piqued your interest, obviously, for the Lost, but you know nothing about them otherwise. Yusin, you kind of are on your walkabout coming from the east, past the Carrick Mountains, over and through those, down by Uthal Ungol. Actually, you did not have any issues coming through there, maybe by luck, maybe you were smart about it when you came down the river, and it kind of emptied into the White Lake or the King's Lake, and you made your way to the closest settlement, which is Floodmere, a coastal town, mostly fishing, that sort of thing, not very big. And you just happened to find employment here from this Dexter Wellborn, who wanted a personal bodyguard. He has told you both that he has hired a small mercenary company to keep you company, if you will, because he has arranged a meeting with another mercenary company that states they have a artifact that is likely from the Lost, and they are ready to sell it to him. So you are in this back room, kind of eating, and why don't you go ahead and describe your characters, what you're doing, what you look like, who you are, that sort of thing.
Want to go ahead, Sim, or I can go?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yusan is standing in the back room, kind of probably close to one of the door jambs, most likely, kind of lazily leaning against it. As he does so, you can kind of hear the hustle and bustle of the inn outside, although business is certainly being done in this back room. The first thing you might notice about him is he's has a completely shaved head and is a rather large man, not in a bulbous, bulging way, but just very, very muscular, very, very sinewy, almost in a way that doesn't match his very kind of smooth and youngish face. The other thing you'll notice, and people as they walk by, kind of will wince and look at him as it's just, dude likely has not taken a shower in several weeks. He's kind of coated with grime from the neck down and has this pungent body odor as he walks past, but nonetheless, seems to do okay with the ladies and be a little bit lecherous. He even gets distracted somewhat from his guard duties as Julia Fatbottom walks past, and he gives her a little pinch, asking her to fetch him a flagon of ale. Ah, Julia! I am parched. Watching Dexter do business is thirsty work. Ah, come hither and bring me ale. Would that I watch you walk across the room. Ah, the way you shake those hips.
Julia's her hips are so large that they barely fit through the door. Her bosom is ginormous. She's clearly overweight, but to each their own. She smiles and bends down, very on purposely, showing her cleavage to you, and reaches out for a coin, waiting expectantly for you to pay her for the ale.
If I have some, I'll pay.
You have 4 silver. We can convert that to coppers, so you don't have to spend a whole silver. I think that would be probably fair.
Yeah, he flips her a copper.
Yeah, let's see. How much? I think they convert very 10 to 10.
You don't need to reload. Is the music playing for you guys? Or did it stop?
I have no music, but I have the ambiance of the city going.
Yeah,
Same.
Stop for some reason. Oh, I just had to reload. All good.
Yeah, so you hand off a copper to her, and she smiles and she says, "I'll be right back then, sweets." And she turns around and walks towards the bar.
As he does so, Yusan just slouches back against the door jamb and lets out this big belch as he slurps down this frothy tankard of ale. Half of it ends up on his tunic. You can see it's stained like the rest of his clothes, and he has prayer or meditation beads kind of draping down across his chest. And he has what looks like a raggedy wolf or some sort of mangy pelt draped across his shoulders as well.
Sindhard, sitting near the group there, eyes in a book as he eyeballs some of the commotion going on every once in a while, and he watches his new comrade there hitting on the wide bottom named Julia, and he kind of smirks. I've seen some beast that might catch your eye out there. If that one does it for you.
You speak of aurochs. If you do, I will have 2 of them. Wrestle them to the ground, Cinderheart. Where be Dexter? He hasn't slipped out of my eyesight, has he? Is Dexter just like sitting doing business, or?
We can say he wasn't there. So, yeah, he had to go to the privy. He said a little while ago.
Yeah, Yusan probably is derelict in his duties. He's like very young and irresponsible, so I think he'd probably sit his ale down, and he's like starting looking around for Dexter, as he feels like when I lose my 4-year-old.
Yeah. You start looking around, and just about that time, he walks back in, and he's a middle-aged man with spectacles, and he says, well, I would say that the outhouses here are quite poorly taken care of. The stench is horrific. It even has followed me in here.
Indeed, sir. It's privy.
Some may call it the privy, some may call it something else. And he uses a gesture, and you son should feel a little cooler. Perhaps it's a little warm in here. The smell travels.
Yeah, you can cast heat chill.
No, yeah, he's just making it a little cooler so his smell doesn't reach him as much.
Esau looks at Cinderheart, quite thankful for the relief and temporary cover-up job regarding his own stench.
Yeah, it lasts for like 15. No, a shift is 6 hours. Yeah, so yeah, you feel it was getting a little sweaty in here. Just there's plenty of people in here. You've been drinking. Yeah, and you feel kind of nice after that. It does a little while later. Dexter says, "Well, I wonder where these mercenaries happen to be. They're supposed to be here today. I'm getting a little worried they're going to not show up. We don't have enough money to make this meat and buy the item."
You didn't pay him first, did you?
No. Only half up front and half after the job. Haven't even met him. Couldn't pay him if I wanted.
Oh, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time, Master Wellborn. In my experience, such mercenaries are certainly trustworthy folks.
Oh, I had heard the exact opposite.
Whether you have heard it or not, just consider them trustworthy folks.
I suppose. You still keep your eyes out. You're the one that is the muscle for me, you know. I'm not much of a fighter at all. I spend my days looking in books and writing things and learning, not physical activity.
I've noticed. You're wearing sort of a slouch there, Master Wellborn. Mayhap after this we go into the field, I will show you a thing or two about training. Up in the mountains of Kith, we know the ways of stone. Powerful technique.
I will think about that. Maybe next week.
Next week.
Yeah, he puts it off. And about that, a little while later, the door opens and in walk 6 new people. This is a pretty busy inn, but 6 people all at once is a bit of a telltale sign of something organized coming through. And you see the group led as they come in. Who comes in first is a human male, pretty standard. Next is a female human, a dwarf, not as common here in the Stormlands. There's only one dwarf hold in the Stormlands, and then 2 other men, pretty standard, and then finally a Yusin, you would know this. It's a hobgoblin. And hobgoblins and other goblinkin long ago crossed the mountains of Kith, before your tribes were actually there, and your tribes actually kind of pushed them out of the mountains. This is like many thousands of years ago, but there might be some animosity there. You're not sure. You've not really ever met a goblinkin, but you're just aware of the story.
Yeah, Yusan kind of gently lays his right hand on Dexter's left shoulder and points to the door. And he says, "There's your company there. And they have a hobgoblin among their number."
Oh, yes. I forgot to mention that. I believe he is their captain. Vol. They call him Vol One Eye. Because he has one eye. And you see that he has a eye patch over his right eye.
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. Master Wellborn. I've heard many tales of such things, but never seen one in true form. He kind of stands up and beer sloshes all over the place.
You're lucky they even showed up if that's the captain.
You know of this? You know of this Vul One Eye?
No, I know of the kin. They're not like you humans. They can be quite the shady character.
And I know not much of them, only what I've read in the scrolls and the papyri of the mountains. They were in my people's valley many years ago, but we ran them out.
No matter. This is business. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Regardless, it was for the better anyways.
Yusan just turns and watches as the six usher forth.
About that time, Dexter and Vol, they greet each other, and he basically says, "We are going to do some business. You all get acquainted. We're going to be with each other for a while." And Dexter kind of goes off to a corner with Vol, leaving the rest of you behind in another part of the room. About that time, Julia Fatbottom comes back, places the tankard of ale in front of Yusin, and says, "Oh, look at this. A few more cuties in here." And she walks over to Bastion immediately and puts a hand on his dark hair and she rubs it a bit, and she says, "Would you be wanting that ale, sweetheart?"
Bastion loves this. He smiles, and looks around to see if anybody else is looking, and he says, "Of course, milady, and any warm stew that you might have."
A warm stew? No, well, we have some warm stew. There's trout in it. Is that acceptable for you? If you have the coin.
Well,
you've been advanced 1 silver by Vol.
Just saw it disappear.
Yeah. I put 10 copper in there instead.
Oh, okay.
I just converted it because, yeah. She's like, "Well, ale is 1 copper, and the stew is 2 copper, so that's 3 copper if you want both."
All right, and he'll tip her a copper.
"Oh, why, thank you." And she very, very unsubtly reaches down and grabs you by the crotch and squeezes. And she smiles and looks over to Conrad, and she says, "How about you, smooth top?"
He looks at her and what she just did, and he goes, "I am good, thank you." And he kind of takes out this very well crafted smoking pipe, and he pulls out a pouch that he's had a chance to dry over the week, and packs it in there and grabs a candle maybe that's on the table and puffs up.
She says, "Oh, I see. Well, if you want an ale, and you don't have to tip, I suppose. Or you could just tip and I'll keep my hands to myself, but I'd rather not."
I'm sure there's plenty of Bastion to go around.
Oh, I certainly hope
This is
so.
true.
Well, if you have a few more coppers, then perhaps I could meet you out back. Once my shift is over, of course.
I might be out of money by then, my lady.
Oh, well, I hope this journey here, I can see that there is a business a brewing, and you make some more. And when you come back, you remember old Julia Fatbottom, huh?
I sure will.
She smiles and uh, she goes over to the dwarf and the others and starts talking to him and kind of leaves, just kind of the four of you just standing around next to each other.
Cinderheart's gonna look at you, son. I didn't see her grab your crotch. Maybe you're not paying enough.
A lady does not grab a man's crotch in public if she means business. Julia Fatbottom reserves her affections for me to the back room, Cinderheart. Believe me, our sizes match quite nicely. And what do you think of these newcomers? The armored one and the man that I think I could learn a thing or two about manners from.
Man, they look like an agreeable sort. But that's just from looking at them. They're traveling with them lot. Who knows?
Conrad and Bastion, you see the two of them kind of talking to each other but looking at each other. You can't quite hear what they're saying, but they were definitely sitting with Dexter Wellborn, who went off with Vol, so you know they're somewhat a part of your group.
Conrad.
Go ahead.
Well, Conrad kind of, maybe pats the side of Bastion's shoulder and the back of his hand. Looks like that's more of the group that we'll be spending time with here for our ward, so to speak. Why don't we go introduce ourselves?
Bastion is still looking at Julia Fatbottom, and he says, "But do you not approve of a large woman like that? She could be a whole lot of fun."
I've been told women like that make the world go round, but I'm not quite sure I want to share in the communal, how would I put this nicely, property of this tavern.
Yes, to business then.
As you say that, you turn around and you're just hit by this musty body odor smell, but you're still chest level with some guy. And this, if you look up, there's this monkish looking guy there, and he kind of is very socially awkward. And he says, "I trust you speak of Julia Fatbottom, and I trust also in this culture that sometimes coin is paid when turns are taken. Believe me, you can have my turn there, good sirs, if it means that brings friendship between us. My name is Yusan. This is my compatriot Cinderheart. We are servants of Master Dexter."
Conrad kind of like wrinkles his nose at the stank, and you kind of see his mustache kind of go back and forth. And I'm Conrad, and this is Bastion. It seems we'll be all working for your employer here for the time being.
Very well. Sounds then we have an interest in common. Kind of stands backwards, allowing Cinderheart to kind of come forward.
Yes. We got two that want to fat the bottom and one that doesn't. Interesting combo of people we have here. And he looks over at the other group, part of the group that walked in them with them. I assume they're part of your group?
True, there are 6 of us. Vol is the leader of this merry band.
And how is that working?
We're here, we're alive. I thank the gods for that every day. I can't complain.
Most peculiar.
And working with the hobgoblin. No trouble there? You don't wake up midnight, him nibbling on your toes, none of that nasty business.
It seems like something maybe Julia would get paid to do.
Ha! You are funny, good sir. Come, drink some of my ale.
Conrad gives him a look like, what, bro? But he sits down, kind of smoking his pipe. And so, long have you been in the employment of this Mr. Wellborn?
I can speak only for myself, but it has been, how long has it been?
No, probably a week.
A week. Only a week? But I consider myself a traveler, a wanderer of sorts. Only many mountains have I come, and streams and vales and valleys too. But now I'm here, me and you, to share this ale.
You really want to stop until you drink his ale?
Have you had a drink?
There's
No.
floaties in it and shit.
I have not had a drink.
There's like crumbs from his prayer beads have fallen into it. It's just...
He wrings his shirt out when he spills it on there. Back into the cup.
Yeah, Conrad kind of looks and goes, I would, but my patron god does not believe in drink before sundown. Just like totally making something up.
Oh, then which god is that? From what I've seen of you humans, not many gods step on the right to drink at any time they want.
Some are more chaste and puritanical than others.
I imagine you, son, can save you a sip in the morning.
I have much to learn from both this man and this man. And he kind of looks. What is your name, good sir? I saw where your eyes dwelt. Upon Julia's bottom, where many men's eyes also dwell.
Yeah, he's been kind of excited, I think, maybe to like get out away from the others and to actually be around people or in a tavern, you know. And so he's kind of enjoying the sights, more like a little kid, you know, at a park or something. And he's smiling and he looks over and he says, I'm Bastian Cuervo. You know, well met, sir. And what is your name again?
My name is Yusan. This is Cinderheart.
I have never met one of your kind.
Nor I. Nor have I met one of his kind, and he looks to Conrad. Or his kind until nigh a week ago. And never did I think that hobgoblins even exist, except in the papyri of my people. But now I know that is also true. Ah! We have learned many things today. Bastian?
You have been with this Julia Fatbottom?
Many times.
He looks over at Jenny. Has he gotten to know Jenny at all?
She's yeah, she's kind of kind of gruff, a bit. But yeah, you know her.
She's one of the boys, though.
Yeah, very very tomboyish. You know that she and Tom are brother and sister. Yeah, and they're the longest others that have worked for Vol. You were told basically the story was that they were a part of a larger mercenary company that were actually fighting large military style battles in the east, and they split off after their contracts were done and came to the Stormlands to try to make money for themselves about 6 months ago or so. And two of their comrades were executed in the biggest town in the Stormlands for basically killing a guy in a barroom brawl. And that's how you were hired.
Yeah, he says, all I've had to look at is Jenny over there. So it's been a while. But there is business to take care of. I need coin. I need a good sword.
You say my name, Bastion? You talking about me again?
Of course, Thub.
Blah. I saw that Julia came visiting. I've been here a time or two before.
Yes, she is the result of what happens when you stay in one place too long.
Ain't that the truth? Let me tell you, if you take her up on her offer, and I'm sure she's offered you for a couple coppers and a couple minutes outside, do be wary. I have heard that when that happens, the men that have lined with her are itching for days.
Is that really something that happened?
It's something that happens. Yusan nods very slowly. But I will teach you things. Control of the body. I can cure such things. No problem.
Bastion is horrified.
Yeah.
By
Jenny
this
is
news.
like her mouth's agape as she's looking at you, and she says, "Oh, I suppose we have to work with you, huh? You stink, by the way."
I tried lowering the temperature to help, but it doesn't.
Like hot dog water.
Where are you from, Bumpkin?
Is she talking to me?
No, she's talking to Yusin.
Yusin's looking around, probably over her head, then kind of looks down. Oh, me? Ah, my name is Yusan Stonebreaker. From the mountains of Kith, far to the north and east of here. My people have dwelt there for many years, though. But young people like me, he kind of leans dangerously close, and his breath is probably no better than his body odor.
Yeah.
People like me who have strange powers, but sometimes misuse them. We are sent forth into the world to learn different ways.
She
I can
leans
teach you more.
backwards. Do you realize that this town is on a lake? I'm just wondering, there are water there you can bathe.
He just looks at her.
She rolls her eyes and says, "I'll be in the other boat." And she just kind of walks away. And as this happens, Dexter and Wellborn come back, and Dexter announces, "We have terms, my lads. We have terms. On the morrow, we will set off down the Seabend, and we will head to our destination, where we will meet these men who have a great trinket that I will purchase from them. And you will all keep us safe in doing so. It should be easy money. But you watch my back, and you will be paid well."
Hear, hear. To coin and adventure.
Yeah, something like that.
Worry not, lads. I have procured rooms for each of you. Sorry, four per room. I'm not made of endless money. Besides, in the morrow we will be off. So have your fun tonight. And in the morrow, like I say, I have already arranged a boatman to bring us down river. 2 boats will do. Small boats for stealth and whatnot, they say. You know that Uthal Ungol is close to here. If you have heard, it's not a nice place, so we don't want to draw too much attention on the river. And Uthal Ungol, if you look at the map, I'm not going to switch back over, but it's on the east side of the river, south of here, a ways. Probably a day by boat.
You know the terrain and the people better than I, and my friend here, we will follow your lead.
Vol just says, "You'll follow my lead as one of my men. Speaking of, it's time to sign those contracts, boys."
What is this contract?
Was it 10 silver for a month's worth of work?
That's right. And then at the end of those terms, you can re-enlist if we both agree. Or we can go our separate ways.
Very well. Do I need to check if I'm capable of reading and signing?
No, everybody can read. Yeah.
Yeah, he reads through it to make sure there's not a poison pill or like a psych moment, and then
Yeah, it's very simple. It's like one page, written in horrific, like common tongue, with a strange dialect. Probably because he's a hobgoblin or because the Stormlands are like that. There is Dexter pushes over a quill and ink to you. Says, "Be my guest. Be my guest."
Conrad kind of pulls it out and makes his sign.
Bastion's gullible, so he doesn't even read it. He just signs it.
Yeah, there's nothing in there that it's just like it basically just says what he said. Yeah, oh, wonderful, wonderful. Good. Well, I'm going to drink a bit and call it a night.
Until the morning, then. And kind of nods to him and turns back to Yusin. So have you been here long in this town?
Oh, no more than 7 nights, I would say. But I float about like a leaf on the wind, like thoughts on the stream. Not far, but I have traveled at least briefly through whatever it was called. What's that area?
Uthal Ungol.
Uthal. I would have had to have crossed through that somehow.
You could have taken the river straight through it. Yeah, you didn't have to get out of the you didn't have to exit the river, but you would have had to pass it. Yeah, and it's like a barren wasteland kind of.
It is a place I did not disembark from my ship. It was the most dour part of my journey. Certainly no women. Certainly no ale. And very little food.
That sounds horrible.
It was most dastardly. Again, the glummest, most dour part of my trip. The sun was overhead and it held like a orb, just burnt the bleak landscape. But there are whispers of evil things prowling the bank as well. That is why, again, I did not disembark.
Yeah, so if you see I'm going to turn the rain off, but... so, just so we know, so you're here at Floodmere. I'm going to move the token. You're here at this little town, and Uthal Ungol is just right across here.
My token, is that where I'm from?
No, I was using your token to test stuff. You're actually, I was envisioning you being from like way down here somewhere on the other side of the sea, down here, because it's much. So what I did, which I think I mentioned, if you look at if you're kind of going for a Spaniard type of thing,
right.
If I show you, 1 second. Okay, do you see those blue lines that have crossed the map?
Mm-hmm.
These are lines of latitude, and you might be able to click on them. I'm not sure if you have permission to do that. If you do, let me know. You can get pretty close and just left click on it, and it should bring up something. Well, mine's not working either.
No.
Why not? I wonder. Do I need to be in a different?
Nothing.
I might need to be in the drawing. Yeah, go into your drawing. No, that's
I
not
can
it
see
either.
him. I can see his lines.
Yeah, you can see the lines. You should be able to click on them though. Hold on, let me go in here, the tool, and to show everything, so you can see them. Why aren't they popping up? Oh, shift click. That's why. Does that work for you if you shift click?
No.
Nothing.
It could be just a GM tool. Anyway, so if you look at the, I'll just tell you. So when you click on them, it tells you kind of what the real world equivalent of that line of latitude is, and what the difference is, and kind of weather based on the terrain. And so you are close to this one, and this is 46 north, so it'd be something like Paris, Vancouver, Munich, that area.
Yeah.
So that's where you are now. But if you go, if I scroll all the way down to like the coast of the other continent, which is not finished, and I click it, whoops, that's not right. Why is it giving me a real world example of that? That's not true. Hold on one second. Latitude tool. I don't know, but it's 34 north. Okay, there we go. So one of them is 34 north, so that would be more like Cairo, Perth, Houston. So that would be more what we're looking at down there somewhere.
Do you know the name of the place by chance?
You can make it up.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so let me, if there's no more questions about that, I'll just swing back over.
Yeah. I'll make it up.
Yep, please do. So you got it? You guys have anything you want to do for the rest of the night before we move on?
Yeah, Conrad will basically get a kind of a meal, large, filling meal after a long day on the road, and he'll settle down for the evening, avoiding, the likes of Jenny Big Bottom and her kin.
Yeah. So I've subtracted 2 copper. We are counting coppers in this game. Okay, so you eat. Actually, I'm not going to do that. So for your food, that goes against the company. So I'll restore Bastion 2 of yours as well, or 3 of yours, I think. So yeah, so Vol feeds you out of his. Wellborn feeds Cinderheart and Yusin currently. He does not pay for your ales, however.
I'll probably end up spending another copper then on an ale, and then he'll want to kind of save money. And now that he knows about Julia Fatbottom, he doesn't want to get itchy crotch, so he'll probably go to sleep and get some rest.
So Conrad, Bastion, Yusin, and Cinderheart, you end up in the same room. Just how it works out. And you sleep until the next day. And so now we will go to the next day. So let me skip to sunset, skip to midnight, skip to sunrise, and we'll advance time. We'll say it's 6 in the morning, and we'll see what the weather is. Random weather, windy, 75 degrees. Or it will be when it's probably cooler now, but so you wake up and there's a knock on the door, do 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 do, and you hear Vol's voice says, "Wake up, boys! It's time to get moving. We're leaving about an hour." Yeah, and you would rest 1 shift if you had had anything to rest for, but currently you do not.
Don rolls out of bed, and still just kind of crashed in his tunic, and prayer beads are still around his neck, and kind of sits up and rubs his eyes. Very well, boss.
Conrad, hearing the door knocking, kind of, I'll be getting up. And he was kind of, wherever Yusin was, he was turned away from him and kind of had like his long shirt like pulled over his nose at night because it was just like garbage bag full of, rancid mayonnaise kind of smell going on.
That's where my power comes from.
It's like Samson.
Starts getting dressed, and puts on his gear and waits for the others to be ready to head downstairs.
Yeah, Cinderhart would get up and ready himself and head down pretty quickly.
Yeah, as you do, Dexter, you eat and have a a decent breakfast, and then you're out to the dock probably before 7, so about this time, and you go outside and you're greeted. Well, actually, you head kind of through town and head towards the docks. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a person waiting for you. When you come out, you see this fellow. He's very short, and he has no shoes on. He has overlarge feet, hairy, and you quickly ascertain this is a halfling of some sort. There are halflings in the Stormlands. There is a forest that they occupy. Cinderheart, you would know that they were one of the first peoples to come into the Stormlands other than the elves, and most of the elves had a very good relationship with them. They were, most elves, not particularly your realm, but most of the other elves were very one with nature, that sort of thing, and the halflings were pretty much the same for the most part, and so there was you got along, and then the humans came and they kind of got pushed around, and they're kind of all congregated in one area mostly, but he heads up and he says, "I've got the boats ready, boys. Who's with me?" And he sees the elf, and he immediately comes and kind of says, "You're with me, Darkhair. You're with me. Come on." And you just happen to be standing by Yusin and Conrad and Bastian. He kind of just waves you into the boat. And there's another boat with a human at the helm.
Cinderheart's kind of look at the halfling. Well, aren't you a studious one?
Studious?
Don't you have some trees to hug or something? I didn't think you would destroy them to make these boats.
Well, I don't know what you mean, fella. I'm just a ferryman. Got a good contract to take you down river. Ain't nobody gonna get you down there like me. And he smiles. He's missing one of his front teeth.
Yep, I suppose we got the board.
Yes. I would share the boat with Conrad.
Aye, sounds good to me.
What about you, big fella? He looks at Yusin.
Oh, be glad to help, bro, if you need help. I mean, you're a little chap there.
No, maybe. I can take a nap and you can row and all will be well. But, yeah, are you bringing some food maybe that's turned?
I don't think so, sir. I'm sorry, I apologize. I got a bit of the problem with this odor. It's been since I was a boy.
He's been hanging out with Julia too much.
Oh, you don't want to do that. That is for certain. I did that one time, and boy, I had to go to the temple and ask my sins to be expunged, if you know.
Cinderheart, you need to take that prestidigitation magic trick or whatever it is. It cleans you off.
Yeah.
The only thing that could do that is a hard rock and some water.
Well, let's not waste any time. Daylight's burning, and I don't really want to be on the river next to Uthal Ungle when it's too dark. Although we won't get to the shoals until tomorrow morning. And it's been explained to you where you're going, and basically there are a bunch of shoals at the mouth of the river, and that's where you're meeting these guys. Kind of this, there's nothing there. They're basically sandbars, so it's clear that this is a meeting that is not supposed to be taking place like in a populated area. And Dexter does climb in with you guys, however. Here we go.
Hey, Bill Burr. Yeah, just get in the fucking boat now, would you? Just get in the fucking boat.
Is he a boatman?
Take a shower, you son. You smell like fucking day-old cheese, you fucking fat fuck.
Yeah, he's got a paddle. What's a paddle? Paddle my ass? I don't get it. Yeah, let's go get a
Philly cheese.
Sam Adams.
Sam Adams. Yeah, I was thinking. I missed by a couple 100 miles. So yeah, you start off, and I will show you the maps because I did figure this out. So a boat, a small boat on a river, with the current, I'm saying can go 30 miles a shift. So if each is 10, and you can travel basically 2 shifts today, you're going to move, let's see, that would be, so I said 30, that's 3, so you're going to move 6, and then go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is where you end up 12 hours later. So let's see. How do I just? There we go. So it is now. I'm gonna go another 6. No, it's just catching up, I think. No. Pause clock, start clock. Killed by my own technology. I don't know why it's not. Oh, there we go. It's just lagging. Okay, so it's it's getting darker. What happened? Hold on. There we go. Nope, not that. Not 20. There we go. Okay. If it stops spazzing on me because I hit the button so many times. Okay. So there you go. So you see where you are on the map. You are pretty close to Uthal Ungle. And I'll let you guys go ahead and role play what you're doing, your trip down there.
That's cool. It's got a journey token.
Yep. It's actually nice out. It's not raining. And it's calm. It's clear. Clear night. You see the moon and the stars. Everything seems pretty nice, even though to your left in the distance. You can see probably the coast as it is kind of starting to narrow a bit, but on Uthal Ungal's side, but nothing untoward so far.
Great picture, actually.
I guess I'm rowing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you are. Or whoever.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
whatever.
Yuthan was rowed most of the way, like he rowed, and then after a while, you got guilty feeling, and you offered, and then Yuthan just kept talking and never offered to row again. He got stucky with it.
Bastion keeps looking back at the camera.
Yeah. Breaks the fourth
Office
wall.
style.
Okay. You got anything you want to do or talk about as you're going down the river? It's completely up to you.
Houston, yeah, Conrad will say one thing real quick to Houston. He goes, Houston, tell me about your background. You're quite an interesting individual. I know I'm fair with the sword as well as Bastion. What is it that you do?
I don't do much right now. I am out learning the ways of the world, as it is said. And he, I don't know, his way of speaking is just like a little bit halting, a little bit kind of stilted, as it is. He speaks the common tongue, but it's not well, and it's often doesn't know the social mores. I am from the north parts of the Kithnet Mountains, near the snow-capped area known as the Dragon's Spine. Have you heard of such a place? Beautiful, but frigid, unforgiving.
It sounds like a nice place.
It is nice. There are fertile valleys, and that is one where I am from. But you see, sir, I was born with, some will say, a gift.
What
Is
gift
it-
is that?
Does everyone smell like that where you are from?
You're funny. You make jokes and I would laugh. But it was not so funny when I was kicked out of my village.
Oh.
I-
No, that is not funny. For your smell?
It is not because of the smell. I am what they call an Usai Ukea, one with the power. And yet I have not learned to control it. The elders of my village throw such people through the wind. We are cast out, told to come to the village, come to the cities, the towns, and learn the ways of civilization and learn to control ourselves. Only then are we welcome back and will be given many wives.
That does sound good.
It's in my background, Ted.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
I had to try to remember what it was.
Yeah.
Did you just say
Nope.
many wives? Is that
Many
the-
wives.
How many?
12 wives. 12 for the saints of my order.
Wow.
Yeah, Dexter looks at you and he says, I don't think I would want that many wives. My wife, I have one, and I moved all the way out here just to escape her and her incessant complaining.
The wives in my culture mostly stay to themselves, and the men thus also. Such things are not my worry. You have your wife, I have my 12, but I do not deal with their problems. I have enough of my own.
Well, that is what I said.
You come live with me in the Dragon's Spine.
That is an interesting and curious thought. I would not mind seeing your home in the Kith Mountains. I have heard about them, of course, but they are far to the east over the Carricks. I have never been any further east than this. This moment right now, in fact.
I have not many years under my belt, Master Dexter, and surely you will die soon. I think that if you are to see such things, you should make time.
I am hale. I don't know that I'll die soon.
I think you will die soon.
Oh. He looks over at Conrad and then looks back to the elf and says, I suppose.
What makes you think he would die soon, you son?
All men die soon. Is there not a man who dies saying it is too soon?
But see, you human folk, you guys live a life that is enough for 2 or 3 lifetimes.
Indeed. Flashes of anger, passion that burns deep within the loins. These are my problems I deal with, not wives.
Well, I would be careful of burning in the loins. Did you actually go with Julia? Did you not hear?
That is none of your concern.
Well, I don't want you to have an itching fit when you need to protect me.
Such things will not happen. In the mountains of Kith, we learn to control our bodies. All parts of our bodies. It is a talent I can teach you. You will no longer burn. You will no longer itch. And you may lay with any woman you would like, even those that are not your one wife.
No, I couldn't do that. I would have such guilt.
That is not my concern.
I understand. I'm just saying. Can you explain this to him, Conrad? You are from the West, are you not?
I am.
Perhaps you would explain that we have one wife, not many, and we enter into the marital vows, and we are faithful to our wives. Well, many are not, but us good gods-fearing people are.
Yes, where we come from, it is common to marry one person. It's not only a social but a spiritual union, a committed partnership where we support each other. We have families. We raise them in, under the Lord's and God's eyes, and it is just a normal thing. This multiple wives, that just sounds like a nightmare.
Well, I can see both sides of the coin here of the argument. In your case, 1 wife for a lifetime. His case, 12 for a lifetime. Who knows to say which one is more fun and interesting? Could be in my shoes. You get married, and for the next 5, 6, 700 years, you got the one. Unless you choose to take another somewhere along the line.
I would much like to hear more about your culture. You have not spoken much of it. I do not even believe you have told me which realm you are from.
Well, perhaps that's for a reason, but... Yep, I'm from that one that's hard to pronounce.
Here, let me, I get it. They're all hard to pronounce. He says, oh, I see. You do not take offense, but I hear that you worship dragons. Is that true?
Yes.
But
after all,
the dragons no longer exist. That is correct, right?
Well, you guys have gods that never existed. What's the difference?
He looks over to Conrad. Oh, I believe our friend Conrad would disagree. I have seen his holy pendant. Our man is a man of the gods. Did you not see? Did you not know? A holy warrior, I believe.
Well, you question my dragon, I question whatever you follow. It's real simple. I've been alive for a few hundred years. Not once have I seen any of your gods. Not even a remnant.
Oh, I did not mean offense. Any cultural, um, to offend your culture or your religion. I simply was asking. I had heard they were extinct or never existed, just as you. I would not know. Perhaps they do live somewhere. If so, where? Please tell me. I am very interested.
I am indeed, as well. There hasn't been dragons around here for the most part. Maybe not ever. I think people have found artifacts of sorts. But it's just the same as any other religion. You worship something that may not exist. And you hope for it to guide you, do you not?
Oh, I can't say I am particularly religious myself. I'm a man of science and reason, but you would have to speak more to Conrad on these matters. Or maybe Cuervo. I do not know where he is from.
I dwell not in the religions as well, but yes, my people do worship the dragons.
The dragons protect us.
Yusan kind of looks to the right. Yes, and Sir Cuervo. Allow me to take the oars so you may rest your arms. They are very small compared to mine own. And I would like to hear a tale from where you are from and where you learned to speak so eloquently.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Switches places with him. It'll take the oars. And you notice you speed up twice as much.
Yeah. Yeah, way faster. And he says, I think I would be happy with 3 wives. Still thinking about that earlier conversation.
Well, why not one for every day of the week?
9 wives?
One, it's different. It changes. Makes you happy every other day.
I guess it is better than 12.
Well, that's 2. Go to 2 per day. If you're vigorous enough.
To be honest, though, all I would need was 1 from my city. I can San Verdugo. That is where I'm from, across the sea to the south. The women there are beautiful, raven-haired, blue eyes. Yeah, fine specimens.
Oh, I have not been to the south either. I am very happy to make your acquaintance, Cuervo. Or Bastian Cuervo. You will have to tell me all about your homeland.
Yes, it is a long boat ride. I can tell you all about it. I do miss it, but I suppose I cannot go back there for some time.
Why not?
Well, my father and I did not part on the greatest of terms.
Fathers can be hard.
But it is a beautiful place. Beautiful city. I will miss it. And most of all, the women.
You should have brought some with you.
Yes. I should have. I suppose they would have drowned in the sea, though.
What do you mean?
Well, we were lucky to even survive at all.
Oh?
He looks over to his friend there, Conrad.
We were shipwrecked.
I see. Yes, we did. There was a storm not so long ago. It's odd for the summer. So I have been told. This is my first summer here. The spring was unimaginable. It rained, I do believe, every single day.
What is
The
this?
weather has been unusual.
Yeah, that is why they call it the Stormlands.
It's quite normal to me.
I suppose it is. Rigel in the back pipes up. He's like, yes, I will. I'm going to catch some shut-eye. I'm going to drop the anchor now. No reason paddling in the dark, you know?
Yes. A shut-eye sounds good. Maybe we should get some rest. Maybe they will need our swords tomorrow.
Rigel has a flask in his hand. He's been basically drinking the entire time, for sure. Appears he has a watch on. But yeah, he's asleep very quickly after he drops the anchor. He there's like there's a pile of very threadbare blankets that he's brought for each of you, but he's already snoring.
Yeah, I don't think Bastion stays up much longer. Being gullible too, he's going to trust everybody.
Yeah, and the other boat is kind of like just beside you, essentially, with Vol and the others. So, all right.
He puts his hat over and goes to sleep.
Just make sure you double up on the blankets. I don't think I'd be using one. Might end up like spending a night with Julia. You might be itchy afterwards.
Your comments becoming tiring, Elf. I suggest you take the first watch.
Aye, I'll watch you.
If you need not sleep, perhaps you can take the entire shift.
What do you think? I have magical powers to stay up all night? I tire as a normal man.
And yet no normal man am I. And he kind of shuts his eyes and starts to meditate and drift into his sleep or whatever he does.
Yeah. So, you need at least one. I think it's a. You need at least one shift of sleep. So if somebody is, you guys can work it out where somebody sleeps now and somebody sleeps later, and you would be fine. You would get enough sleep. You have just basically hardtack and stuff on the way down. You're not. This is not supposed to take more than 2 or 3 days, so you haven't brought a lot of rations with you. You have a water.
Yeah, I'll take
barrel.
watch. I'll take watch like in the morning, I guess.
Yeah.
Early morning.
Yeah. So okay. So Bastion, you're let me just go forward 6 hours. So it is, we'll say it's 5. It's about 4:30 in the morning. You've been sitting around, almost asleep for a few hours. Can you give me a con roll? So you should be able to roll if you. I know you. There's no. If you open up your sheet and just click on the abbreviation, you should be able to roll it just to see if you fall asleep or not.
Okay. Oop. Yeah. There we go.
Oh boy.
Damn.
You do fall asleep. But I think so. You rolled a demon, but it's not a skill roll, so that doesn't matter. So you fall asleep, and
Nat 20's bad, right?
nat 20 is bad. So it's a roll under. 20 is like critical fail.
Yeah.
So it is now what time?
He drowns. He falls off the.
Nothing really happens. Someone throws a pebble over and it hits you in the hat and wakes you up.
What is it?
And you see across the way Jenny looking from the other boat. Fell asleep, Bastion, did you?
Oh no, I was resting my eyes.
Yes. That's called falling asleep.
Meditating, like you saw.
You could get us
What's
killed
happening?
doing that, you know? And she's like whispering because people haven't quite woken up yet.
Oh. I am sorry.
Do it again, and I'll tell Vol, and he'll dock your pay.
Yes, do not do that. Shh. Be quiet.
Then you're going to owe me a favor down the road. Don't
Yes.
fall asleep again.
Okay. I owe you one, Jenny. Shh.
Yes, you do. And about a half an hour later, people start waking up. Rigel says he pees over the side of the boat, and when he's done, he starts hauling up the anchor and says, "We need to be quite careful today. Getting too close. The river narrows here."
Oh, what is there trouble ahead?
There's trouble on the west side of the bank. You can guarantee it. Uthwangle.
What was that?
Uthwangle. Where
What
you
is this
from?
word? I am from the south.
Well, in the south, do they have beastmen? They used to be men, but they're tainted with some sickness. They turn into beasts with horns and claws and all sorts of horrors. Because that's what Uthwangle is. Plus worse.
Oh, it is good that I am so vigilant and perceptive.
Yeah, I guess so. But listen, keep your eyes ready. And he takes a drink of his flask. Keep your nerves right. There's vampires there too. The Nightwing. That's what they call him.
Vampires. He looks horrified.
That's what they say.
Oh. I think he's like definitely gonna stay awake now.
Yeah, WP, you're a paladin, so you might have some thoughts about that. I don't know.
Conrad, maybe. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was just...
Kind of looks a little scornful, maybe. Kind of looking on, maybe, still not 100% sure of the group. So he's kind of keeping it to himself, not really wanting to share that he's, a paladin and exactly, what he serves or who.
So... Okay. load in here. Let's see what the weather's like today. Oh, you guys are getting great weather. Okay. So I've already made some rolls for your, well, mostly for Rigel here. So we'll move you down one. Why are there two of them? Okay. All right. So you start coming around the bend there, which is the narrow part of the straightaway between Uthal Ungol and the area near the sea crags, and heading down to the shoals there. And let's see what happens. So there was a he did fail his seamanship roll on day 2. So I'm going to have somebody roll a table. So let's see if you can see this. Is that it? Yes. Okay. Tell me. All players own it. Okay, I'm gonna
Travel tables.
Yeah, I was just seeing if I could drag it out or something. I don't know if I can. Anyway, look for boating Wide River, and let me know if you see it. So, why? Someone can roll on that.
Draw result.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a good one. All right, so you move half as far on this shift, so you can move just basically. So you moved 1. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. So yeah, he's getting drunk. Rigel is, and he's very spooked, and he's really pushing the boat over to his right a lot, and he catches basically not a riptide exactly, but a current that's coming in instead of out, and it slows you guys way down, and you guys notice like that you're going way slower. Yusin, you probably are paddling and you realize how difficult it is comparatively to the day before, at least. And we are probably like about there now. Any role play at this point?
It's you're just starting to, the journey's starting to become real, as now you're kind of stuck on these little boats with these people for days on end. And I think the small talk has probably dried up a little bit. Yusan's at the oars, and the sun's beating down on his broad shoulders, and you can tell that even he is starting to get a little bit tired. And he looks over to his right as they're traveling south, and he sees the western shores of Uruth Ungol. He says, "This trip is arduous, but we should still be mindful. Do not crash upon the rocks. We would hate to be thrust upon the western shoals of those lands. Dark things walk there, as has been said already this trip."
Yes. That's why I'm over here. It's not the best current, but... And actually, as you say that... Oh, lucky. There's a whoosh, and an arrow comes flying from over on the western shore and plunks into the water next to you. Now that it's pretty far away still, you kind of look in that direction and you see basically beastmen, what you expect they might look like. They have horns, a bestial face, hairy, and they have these crude bows, and they're just aiming basically up in the air and shooting at you guys.
Yeah, vampires.
Those are vampires, Rigel says as he ducks down.
Nope.
And go ahead, everybody give me an invade roll.
Is that dodge?
No, there's an evade skill.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yusin, mark that. So it's like a paladin. You mark it. So Bastion failed. Oh, you can push it, right? So if you want to push it, so like for instance, Cuervo, you can push it, and so you can click one of those conditions. So basically, what happens is mechanically you pick one of the conditions and you re-roll. And then on those, when you use that skill or use any skill that falls under that attribute again, you get a Bane, which is you roll twice. You roll 2d20 and take the worst. So you can try to roll again and succeed.
So I can try it. Too.
Yeah. So you can, you can both push your rolls. I don't know why evade didn't pop up for. Oh no, you can't because you rolled a demon. So if you roll a demon, you cannot push it. So you succeeded, and you became disheartened. So you see the arrow hit Conrad right in the chest. And that maybe makes you disheartened. And let's see how much damage it does. Well, I have to... I just roll it because I don't want to have to get tokens out and stuff. Roll 1d8. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. You take 8 damage, Conrad.
I am disheartened.
Yeah. You do have armor, so we will take that off. Let's see. Let me pull you up here.
Armor soak.
Yeah, you have 15 hit points, and you have a soak of...
Nice.
You have chainmail. You have chainmail. Chainmail is a soak of 4. Open helmet is what is open helmet? I don't think they don't soak, do they? How do those work? Oh no, they do. So you have soak of 5. So you only take 3 damage actually.
It looks a lot worse than it is, probably.
Yeah.
Bastion's like, ah!
Yeah, he zigs instead of zags and just takes an arrow right to his, chest, like literally walks into the arc of the shot, and it hurts, it stings, but fortunately his chainmail soaked a good portion of it.
Get down! Get down! Sim, did you roll? I got a private dice roll. Roll private, see some dice. That's what I see. You might have it toggled on. Just tell me what you rolled.
I mean, if you can't see, I passed.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I failed.
Oh, you failed? Do you want to push it?
I already did.
Oh, you did? Did you succeed
Failed
the second
again.
time? Okay. Alright, so 1d8. Let me see. I just want to... I don't know why it did...
Did you push it real good?
Oh yeah, you're disheartened as well. Yeah, it's probably you got like just set for private rolls or something. Okay, 1d8. You have no armor. Oh, okay. So yeah, and Cinderheart takes a glancing wound as well. And the boat kind of is like hunched down as these beastmen are shooting from the shores. And they're getting ready to volley again. And you guys are kind of like sitting ducks out here. And
This man kind of stands up in big hulking form, kind of hovers his body over the two of them and tries to kind of protect them. And I wanted to do my stone skin.
Yes, let's do that. So they won't have to evade. Let's just say it'll just hit you automatically. If you're not trying to evade. I will let you cover 2 people. Who do you want to cover? We'll just say you can cover any 2 people who are next to each other in this picture.
Cover me.
Cool. Without armor. Yeah, these 2 guys. Not the guy with the mail. Sorry, Bill Bird.
No, that's okay.
Well, Dexter says, "What are you doing? You're supposed to be guarding me."
How many meters are these beastmen away?
Oh, they're at the edge of their range. So let's see, their bows.
You are very small.
30 meters.
No, they're out of my range then.
I could just cast it at super high level.
I got a crossbow.
You can shoot back.
Yeah, shoot back.
Stone skin.
How do I? I'm pretty sure I don't think I can cast that higher level, can I?
It depends.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
So
I'm rock hard, baby.
let's see. Let me look at Cinderheart. How does that work? I'm trying to remember exactly. Let's
This
see.
is my
So
generation.
spells. You're talking about fireball, I'm guessing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to look at the spell. I don't want to fucking cast it.
20 meters.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me just look it up and do a little bit diving. That's okay.
Power level pellet was spelling case how much?
I'll give me an armor level of 8. So even if they got a D8,
Oh, so I could go casting a spell cost 2 WP per power level.
Yeah. Usually you can do it, right?
Some spells do not use power level.
Yeah, some do not. Each power level beyond the first increases the damage. So basically you're casting... so it's rank 1. Spends a fireball from her hand or focus at the target. The fireball can be dodged or parried as ranged attack. Fireball inflicts DD6 on hit and sets fire to the flammable object. Each power level beyond the first increases the damage. It doesn't... Oh, okay, so... Or creates another fireball that hits another target within range. It does not increase the range.
Nope.
Not on that one. So they're out of range for you. So you're covering Bastion and Cinderheart. Is that right, Bo?
yeah, sure.
Yeah. How does
get
it
to-
look as the arrows bounce off you for those guys?
Yeah, he just kind of arches himself. He tries to cover them all. But, again, awkwardly, he just kind of gives them a big hug and kind of like covers his whole body over him. And as he does so, he just starts to glow with this light, and the arrows come down, and you hear this crackling sound. And his grip on the boat becomes stone hard, and you can hear clattering as the arrows just kind of clatter all off of him. Are you good?
Conrad, do you want to do an evade?
I don't know. After the last one, I bet I might as well try.
You can push it again if you have to. Yeah, you're gonna need to push if you want to. So select one that you are not likely to use, right? Failed again. Alright, 1d8.
You motherfucker.
Oh, man.
But you have a ton of armor, so it's
it's
only
another
3.
3.
Yeah, so you're a hit again. Like this time in the back.
I'm sorry, Sir Conrad.
No, it's fine.
We must fire back.
He's like Willem Dafoe in Platoon when he's running from the VC. He's just like,
Yeah, let's see. You might want not to use strength just because You can take a different one instead. You don't want to
yeah,
be
that's my bad.
exhausted. I don't think. Here, I'll click it
No.
off. Just tell me which one you want.
I don't know, angry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you push it last time too?
I did not, because it was a 20.
Yep. Okay. That's right. Okay. Yeah. So did it actually? I'm just curious if it checked it for you.
So why is he rolling at 2d20?
Because he got the boon, right? Or not the boon, the
keep highest. Interesting. Oh, you must be rolling with a bane or a boon for some reason. You probably shouldn't be.
Yeah,
He's rolling
sure
the
what
boon.
happened
Still
It's
there.
probably it's like if you roll it again, does it say it's rolling with a boon?
Is that from the nat 20?
Yeah,
No,
it showed an up arrow by evade, and then I clicked the arrow and it went away. So then I just did 120.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you did fail. Let's look at your skills. I'm curious if it checked evade. It didn't. I don't know why.
You just.
Oh no, he didn't roll it. Yeah, but he rolled a
he's
demon.
Increasing. He's
I'm not doing that.
No, that's not what I meant to do. Hold on, I'm sorry. That was me.
I'm gonna evade because I keep getting good at it slowly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really
surely.
good. Yeah. Okay, you're a 7. Okay, it's just because it marked the skill for advancement. That's what I want to do. Okay, because you rolled a demon, right? As I recall, demons.
Demons also mark it, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. All right. So that's fine. Okay. So you're hit again, and you start to go out of range of these guys finally. However, we have to see what happens to your NPCs. Okay. So I have another rollable table.
Can I also fire a crossbow?
Oh yeah,
back
you can
at
shoot back. Yeah, if you want. It's just narrative, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I click.
Yeah.
And
T on him.
Right, and then boop. Let's see.
You might need a token on the screen though. Let's see. Nope. Okay. You rolled with a boon. I don't know why.
Was that from me being disheartened?
No, you would not do a boon. You're keeping highest. So when you rolled, is there a boon set? Like, hold on, let me see. Because you both rolled with boons. I wonder why.
I don't see one set. It says 0 on boons, 0 banes.
He didn't roll one with his evade skill. Just a crossbow.
Oh, point blank is why. It's set for point blank.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, let's take that off. But anyway, yeah, you can hit it. That's fine. What does it look like as you shoot one back with your crossbow?
Okay, yeah, he's hiding behind Yusov, getting protection, and then he sees his friend get hit again. He pulls out the crossbow and launches one. A coral sticks into one of their legs, impaling it and dropping to the ground.
Okay. Let's see. Draw result. Okay. 10%. So one person. Oh, my game crashed. Hold on. Fun. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on. It's just
Yep.
loading back in. Maybe.
15. Huh.
Yeah, hold on. I'm having some issues here.
Oh, it's alright. So, I got disconnected 3 times in the past hour or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There we go. I think it's coming back. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So, 10%. So I'm gonna roll from left to right. Actually, I'll just look at my NPC list. So 1 is Dexter, 2 is the dwarf, 3 is Jenny, 4 is Thom, 5 is Vol, and 6 is Rigel. So roll 1d6. Who's getting? Okay, so that is
Good day.
Vol. No, that's Thom. That's Thom. So Thom. So then I roll on another table I made, and it tells the likelihood of him being killed. So this is the death table, and each guy has a percentage of how likely they are to die. Thom is 15% likely to die, so oh, I should have actually just rolled on here. That's what I'll do. Okay, so this has everybody. That's right. Okay, here we go. Bull. Oh my god, he died.
Or
Holy
4%.
shit. He
Oh, that was a
fucking
leader.
dead. He's dead.
Power
No
vacuum.
leader.
Power vacuum. Let's go.
Yeah, no leader.
So in the other ship, one of the arrows comes down and you hear screaming from the other side. Ah! Ah! Vol! And you see the hobgoblin is kind of standing up, and there's an arrow protruding out of his other eye, and he falls back into the water with a splash as the boats kind of like keep going down river.
Yusan just kind of, straightens up this time. The arrow is still flying in the air. It's a hobgoblin. It's got him in the other eye. He's into the water. He's dead.
Vol is dead.
He's dead.
He's dead!
That is a
Contract is
concern
void.
of mine.
He is very dead. And Rigel's like, paddle, harder.
Man of the South, give me the oars.
He jumps away from him, and then he starts trying to load another crossbow bolt.
Yeah, by that time
Okay.
you're out of range. Both
Okay.
they shoot several more times, but they all fall short.
Yeah, Husan kind of tries to row them. Where's like the closest area of safety?
You can go to the western shore or the eastern shore.
Guess we could do that. And is Vol's body anywhere?
It's you lost track of it, but it's probably going to come downstream.
Yeah. If they could kind of easily fish it out, they would. Otherwise, I think you would just roll him to safety.
Yeah, his body is moving slower than the boat, obviously, and you're now out of range, so you could wait for a while, and the body eventually would float downstream.
Where were we headed? Our destination ultimately?
So
This
if you look
shoal?
at the Discord,
Yeah.
it's just the shoals at the
Okay.
end of the river there. One of the shoals.
Are we pretty much there?
Yeah, you're pretty much there. You'll be there in in game like a couple hours.
Beastmen, and they can just head down and follow us, right?
They're on the wrong side of. Well, I mean, you're not going to that. You're not going to the east side of the river, or the west side, I should say, because you're going south. Now, you're pretty far away, and you're on a boat, and they're on foot. So
Good
So
chance
they're on
they
the
might
opposite
try-
side of the river, and I mean they could possibly try to swim across to the shoals, maybe, but they don't even know that you're going there. They were just on the coast, just shooting at people going by. They probably do that quite often.
I just kind of row them down towards, somewhere in the left lower quadrant of that
Mm-hmm.
image that posted on Discord.
Yep.
And we can fish his body out and kind of decide what we're going to do from there. And Yusan is not in a leadership position. He's here to learn of the world, so he's not going to put himself in that role. But he'd certainly be very helpful with getting the boat up, and he could probably just wrench it up out of the water and put it onto the shore.
Yep.
So- We're not at the shoals yet, right?
No, you're not at the shoals quite yet. He's
All right.
he's put you on shore on the east bank. So let me just real quick, and then we're gonna end it here.
Alright, Cinderheart's gonna go to the halfling. Next time that you think that you're sailing pretty well, I'm gonna throw you into the river and you can swim the rest of the way.
I was staying on the other bank. It's not my
You're-
fault.
You were angled wrong. We were going slower than we should.
That's because I was trying to stay on the other side. I can't
it's
control
perhaps that
the
you're
flow
seeing-
of the river.
Perhaps you're seeing two rivers.
What? It's not my fault.
Just keep that in mind. You're short, you won't reach the bottom of the river.
Yeah, you moor the boat, and they do the same on the other side.
Bastion checks out Vol's body, looks it over for anything of value.
Well, he's wearing chainmail armor. His helmet's come off. His spear, you're not exactly sure. You see it in the boat, probably. He does have a belt pouch, but I mean, are you just gonna pick it over, or?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, you do that, and the dwarf comes up and points his crossbow right at you, and he says, "Get away from him, you fucking idiot! He's not a cadaver for you to pick at."
I agree with this short dwarf here. The dead are not to be handled in such a way. It shows disdain for them.
But he
You're
is
not the
gone.
leader of this company. I am now. Well, I don't know about that, Tom says. And Ginny says, "Yeah, my brother's been here the longest. He should take charge. That's what Vol wanted." And they begin to bicker. And we can do some final role play here.
Yeah. Bastion, he stands up and he puts both of his hands up, and he's like, he will not be able to take this with him to the spirit world.
"It's not yours, it's mine," the dwarf says, "as the rightful leader of this company."
Have we ever heard that before? Like Vol ever talk about him?
No. You
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah. What do the others say to that?
They're just
what-
arguing that he is not. Tom says, "It's me." And Ginny says, "Aye, it's my brother. It's Tom's. Not you. Vol said it." And they just go back and forth.
It sounds
It
like
is-
mercenary problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Bastion will step away and kind of like rest his hand near his hilt, but he's not pretending to to like he's gonna attack Gazad or anything like that. He's just kind of watching the others argue. And he looks over at Conrad and he says, "Vol is gone. Cannot do anything for him now."
Let us get safely to shore, tend to our wounds, and then we'll worry about the dead.
Yep, you do make it to shore. It's probably about midday, a little after, we'll say, almost 2 p.m. You moor the boats and climb to shore. You're basically probably, I don't know, a little Well, actually, let me swing over and I'll tell you exactly where you are. Let's before we end it. Do you have anything else to say, Cinderheart or Yusin?
Not
Yes.
particularly.
No, Cinderheart will thank Yusin for protecting him from the arrows.
So,
He'd probably nod and kind of try to wade in between all the bickering, kind of keep people from fighting.
Cinderheart's gonna steer clear. That's not his party.
yeah. When this loads, I'll just put you on the map where you are. Okay, so you've come down the river, and you are. Where's the token? Oh, there it is. I would say you're probably right there. Or no, I would say you're right there, actually.
I think when there's a chance for Bastion to get maybe alone with Jenny, or he'll look for some opportunity
Okay.
and try to like persuade her that Thom should probably be the leader, you know.
All right.
And they might have to take out the dwarf.
All right. Well, that is to be determined next time. And we've gone over 2 hours, so it's time to call it a night.
Stabby stab stab.
Shotty shot.
Take out that dwarf.
They should probably stab the dwarf in the back.
Of course, it's a dwarf. That's it. Thanks for
Thank you.